Welcome to Funny Pair, the podcast where two long-distance best friends discuss totally random topics. I'm Madeline.
And I'm Brianna. So how we doing today? How are you? How's it going?
Oh, it's going, dude. It is going.
It's going.
You know, sometimes you just gotta keep trucking along. Even when you've got...
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Honestly, and I feel like I'm Nemo with the dead fin, and I'm just like swimming in circles, but you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing?
Oh my God, you know what?
Oh, what?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me
You know
something.
what made me cry?
Honestly, anything.
Okay, well, yes, honestly, anything. But the anglerfish that swam to the surface. Oh my God, everybody's putting like a sad story on it. And I'm like, will you stop giving me this fish's
Yes.
woes? I'm bawling over here because this dang fish is its dying wish is to see the sunset or something, and I'm bawling.
It's lived its whole life in darkness because that's where it was supposed to be, or at least that's where it thought it was supposed to be. And it said, as it's dying wish is to go and see the sunset. At least one time. You just wait. He swims right down and goes, y'all, you'll never guess what I just did. I've got the craziest story.
Yeah, I don't know why did I even bring that up? I don't really know.
I don't know.
That just, yeah. But that video I sent you that was like the Pixar version of that.
Yes, and he has like the tears streaming down his face as he stared at the sun. Like, what in the Finding Nemo is this? Oh, that's where we were. I'm Nemo. Oh. With the fin.
Just keep swimming. Yes.
And I'm just trying to keep swimming.
Yes, but you're just like going in circles. Like, you're not moving forward.
I'm not, but I'm moving, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
What about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a snow day today.
Yes.
It is snowing well, it's not snowing anymore, but we had about 2 inches of snow. Whoop, whoop.
And therefore the world shut down.
Yeah, therefore the world shut down.
Because Tennessee doesn't know how to handle snow.
Right. Well, anyway, so it wasn't too bad, but it was nice. My cats had company for the day, so that was good.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, I thought we would switch it up a little bit today. I know that we kind of started this episode a little differently, you know? But I thought maybe you could do the honors of introducing what we're talking about today.
Yeah, so on today's episode, we are going to talk about superstitions. So, we're diving into a world of black cats and broken mirrors, knocking on wood. Why do we toss salt over our shoulders? Who decided walking under a ladder was bad luck? And more importantly, are we actually superstitious or are we just a little stitious? So let's find out.
Very superstitious. Riders on a wall.
Oh my God. When I was making my notes for this, that's all I was singing. I was just singing the little guitar before he goes, boom, boom, boom. I was just singing that the whole night. Very superstitious, riding on the wall. That's all I know, honestly.
That's the all you need to know.
That is all. Have you actually looked at the lyrics of that song?
No.
I was looking at them last night.
Honestly, I probably have at some point, but I do not recall off the top of my head if I have or not. So.
Yeah, very superstitious writings on the wall. Very superstitious ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. The good things in your past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way.
Okay.
What? 13? What?
Very fitting for today's episode. My goodness.
How did the baby break the looking glass? What does that mean?
I don't know. And it was an ugly baby?
Oh, no.
I mean, that's what it means. Like, you're so ugly that when you look at the mirror breaks.
Ooh, like a your mama joke. Oh my God. Well,
did you know that we are international with this podcast so far?
What? We're international?
Yeah, we're international.
Like, around the world?
Yeah, around the world. Up, down, sideways, everywhere. But yeah, we've got like a ton of listens, which as of this current moment, the only thing that people listen to is our trailer.
Yes, our trailer is live.
We've had listens in like California, Oregon, Tennessee, of course, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Michigan.
Holy crap.
All these places. And then we've had some listens in Mexico, Russia, and Oceania.
What?
Yeah, I think it's Oceania. That's it.
Oceania. That's like the kind of, I guess, if we look specifically, it is in Palau. We have a listener in Palau.
Wow. What is the population in Palau?
Let's look it up. 18,000.
Hey, shout out to that 1 in 18,000
Shout out
that's
to that
listening to us right now.
I love ya.
You're an OG.
Here from the beginning. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your country.
Yes, same here.
That's really insensitive of me, but that is kind of amazing. Not kind of amazing, that's literally amazing.
No, that's literally amazing.
Because all that's out is our trailer.
Yeah.
We hardly have any posts on Instagram. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. No. No, we have 5 official posts as of right now, which is pretty good.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, and you've been doing a good job on our story today too.
Thank you. I was bored earlier. And I was
I love it.
You know what? Let's do a little something.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. But no, honestly, shout out to everybody who's listening right now. If we said your country, state, anything like that, thank you. We appreciate all the listens. It makes us happy.
Yes, thank you, Pears.
Thank you, Pears. Thank you. And for all of you, a Genovian pear. For you. Genovia,
the land I call my own. Genovia, Genovia.
Okay.
Long may your banner wave. Why do I know that better than my own national anthem?
Right? I am a Genovian.
I am. That's where I'm supposed to be. I just feel it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be with Chris Pine.
Yep. I need Mia Thermopolis to be my queen.
Princess of Genovia. Is it Genovia or Genovia?
Well, to English speakers, I think it's Genovia, but to Genovians, it's Genovia. Like you.
Ma Belle. That reminds me of that scene in Friends when Phoebe's trying to teach Joey French.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And she goes, Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle les poteaux.
Yep. Oh, I love that scene. It's the best.
I'm on my Friends kick right now. I'm just like, you know what? I need to rewatch it for the 8th time.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one to rewatch. I'm currently rewatching Outlander.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, there's a new season out that I haven't watched. Technically, I think it's the second half of the 7th season, and then season 8 is coming out really soon. But anyway, I'm rewatching it because, every single time a show comes out, my toxic trait is I have to rewatch the entire show.
Right.
To watch the new season. I can't just watch the new season. At least the season prior.
Right.
Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, yeah. Okay, what were we talking about? Where were we at? We got off track there for a minute.
Superstitions?
Superstitions.
So what is a superstition? Well, superstitions are beliefs or practices that are often based on cultural traditions, rituals, or folklore rather than scientific reasoning.
Gotcha. And would you consider yourself to be a superstition or superstitious kind of person?
Honestly, not really. I kind of do stuff more out of habit than actual belief.
Okay.
And, there's again, it said it's based off kind of a tradition. And that's kind of where I pull it from. I'm not necessarily doing it because I'm hoping something will happen or something won't happen. It's more just knock on wood, just kind of a saying. Are you really superstitious?
I never considered myself to be superstitious, but in the process of doing the research and stuff for this episode, I have realized that I think I am a superstitious person.
So you're not just a little stitious.
Yeah, I'm not just a little stitious. I'm super,
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, can I be mediocre stitious?
Yeah.
I'm not a little, but I'm not a lot.
You're not
I'm
super.
Kind of
Super is kind of an intense.
Yeah. I'm average stitious.
Average stitious. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know, but there's a few, I guess, traditions that we do in my family, but there are certain things that I genuinely believe that's if I don't do it, bad luck on you, bad luck on your mom, bad luck on your cow, everything, So I don't know. There's certain things that are kind of like that. But do you want to kick us off with your first superstition that you do?
Sure. So this one is really the main one that I do, and I think it's the main one that most people do, at least in America. And that's knock on wood. So
yes,
knock 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 on wood. I think of that scene in Encanto with Bruno.
Yes.
I'm Jorge. I make the speckle.
I love Bruno. What a guy.
I know.
What a guy. Hear me out, Bruno. honestly.
Call back. Okay. Honestly, yeah, though. But yeah, so knock on wood, or as it's known in Britain, touch wood, which sounds...
Touch wood.
Yeah, that sounds dirty.
Sounds a little scandalous. You know, I actually have a penis bottle opener.
Hold on. We are 5 minutes into this episode.
My aunt and uncle got it for me from Greece. It was on one of the shelves at one of the stores. And so...
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. You said touch wood, and I touch wood whenever I touch that bottle opener.
Yeah, you
and
do.
It's like a... Okay, yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's blue.
Oh,
it's got,
that's
like,
not good.
Yeah, you don't want it to be blue, but, you know, blue's my favorite color, so I guess.
Okay.
Or one of my favorite colors, but...
Oh my gosh. I love your family.
My family's insane.
So yeah, it's a superstition believed to bring good fortune and ward off bad luck. So the practice involves knocking your knuckles on a piece of wood after making like a hopeful statement or boasting to prevent misfortune. So like saying, oh man, it's, my workload's really light right now. It's kind of weird. Knock on wood that I didn't just, jinx it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the origin of knocking on wood, so there's a couple of different places of origin for this phrase. So there's the ancient pagan beliefs. So the Celts believed spirits and gods lived in trees, and knocking on wood either called for their protection or expressed gratitude for good luck.
Mm-hmm.
So you're knocking on the tree to like tell the gods or the spirits that lived in there, kind of hoping for good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
There's the evil spirits theory, which some thought knocking on wood prevented evil spirits from overhearing.
Mm-hmm.
So knocking on wood was so the spirits didn't hear you or reverse the good fortune. Then there's the 19th century game. So there's a game in a British folklorist named Steve Roud suggests that the superstition originated from a children's game called Tiggy Touchwood, which I guess is where the touch wood in Britain came from, but called Tiggy Touchwood, where touching wood granted immunity in a game of tag. So if you were playing tag and touched wood, then you were immune to
that's
the
kind
tag.
of interesting.
So it's like safety or kind of thing.
What's that song that goes like, tiggy, 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 bum, bum? You know that song?
Yes, but I don't know why.
What is that?
What
is that from? Is that a video, or is that like... Tiggy, 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 bum, bum.
What is that?
I don't know.
You're there's something right here.
Yeah, I don't know where I know it from. I've heard it somewhere. Okay, well, listen, if anybody out there knows what that's from and can help us out,
Tiggy,
let us
Tiggy.
know.
Also, shout out to Tiggy, the Tiggy I know, Holly's cat.
Yes, Holly's cat.
Tiggy. Well, his name is Tigger. Or her name is Tigger. Pardon, I just misgendered your cat. So sorry.
All of her cats are based on Winnie the Pooh names. She has Pooh, Tiggy, and Roo, right?
Yeah, Pooh, Tigger, and Roo. Roo and Tig. They're all siblings too. It's Roo and Tigger are the girls, and then Pooh is the boy. I've seen Pooh like once in my life.
Yeah, he's a little
scaredy cat. Poor thing.
He's a sweetheart though. They're all sweethearts. Tiggy's kind of crazy. Isn't Tiggy the one who's like always out, going crazy, playing with everything?
She's always doing something. Yeah. Although I've heard that Roo is starting to like, or not starting, but Roo is like the mischievous one.
Oh, really?
Like she's kind of the silent killer. Versus Tiggy's like the one that's literally like Tigger, like bouncing off the walls, and then Roo's like quiet, contemplating. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, let's get back. Let's get back to it. So some examples of knock on wood in real life. So the superstition obviously remains pretty widespread. For example, in Turkey, people pull on one earlobe and knock on wood twice to prevent bad luck. So they do like a double, kind of thing. And then in Italy, instead of knocking on wood, Italians would say touch iron to prevent tempting fate.
Oh, they're trying to repel them fays.
The fae, exactly. Which I don't know why you would.
I don't know either.
Hello?
Girl, I'd attract them. What attracts a fae? Being a dirty human, maybe?
Yeah, being a dirty human who can't read, frail.
I'm already out. Like, I can read, so I'm...
You have to be obscenely, like, fragile and, like...
Yeah.
But also you can hunt.
Right.
Or you can train to be an assassin in less than 3 months.
Yeah.
And you have to have boring features, but also you're the prettiest girl in the village, but you also are so boring. But your eyes change color.
Wow. I feel like we've
Oh,
referenced that book in every single episode we've done so far.
probably. I just referenced like half of the fantasy romance that's out there right now. But yeah, if you can't tell, we love ACOTAR. And we should dedicate an entire episode to ACOTAR.
We should. We should definitely do that.
Let us know in the comments if y'all want an entire ACOTAR related episode.
Listen, we'll even do a book breakdown.
Or maybe we should wait until you're done with the books.
I'm at like page 200 or something in the second book.
Yes. Very nice.
Anyway.
So that's knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's the one I do. Knock on wood.
Okay. Well, I'm realizing in this thing so far that you've done more research into like your specific superstition. I just kind of listed what all my superstitions are. And
amazing.
Then I didn't like do all the extra research.
That's fine. I went way too hard in the pan. I just started going down this rabbit hole and I was like, my notes should probably take like 30 minutes. I spent like 2 hours on it.
I love it. I love it. I also have knock on wood listed as a personal superstition. But the number 13 is another one.
That was my next one.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I figured I'd bring that up because I thought I remembered that we kind of both related to that in some kind of way. Mm-hmm. But I love the number 13, personally.
Yeah.
Okay. It's my favorite number of all time. But it's often considered unlucky, which is called triskaidekaphobia.
Yes.
In case you were curious. Often it leads to like buildings skipping level 13. So it jumps from 12 to 14 or something. You know, things like that. It's just considered an unlucky number most of the time. That's all I got on number 13.
Well, I've got a little bit if you want to.
Go for it. No, go for it.
So some believe that specifically Friday the 13th is unlucky because of the Knights Templars mass arrest on Friday, October 13th, 1307.
Oh my God, I love Friday the 13th. That's my most favorite day.
Yeah, so the Knights Templar is like a powerful medieval military order. They were accused of heresy, blasphemy, and other crimes by King Philip IV of France. And so the king, who was deeply in debt to the Templars, orchestrated their downfall and had hundreds of knights arrested, tortured, and later executed. And so that is like kind of where it's like the Friday the 13th misfortune thing kind of came around. Just crazy. And then, of course, there's other unlucky numbers, too. So, like, the 13 one is kind of big in the U.S., but in, like, Chinese and Japanese and Korean cultures, the number 4...
Yeah, the number 4.
...sounds like death in their languages. So, 4 is a bad number.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Isn't it, like, number 7 is considered lucky? Like, lucky number 7 or something? I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it's also really big in, like, Christianity. So, like, 3 is real big, but 7, too. So, like, 7 represents perfection and completeness. Like, 7 is the number of days it took for God to create the world. It's on the 7th day, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I've heard 7 is considered just a lucky number in general. But it's weird that we relate numbers and things like that to, like, luck or, bad juju. Like, the fact that, like, even airlines skip the 13 for, like, a row. You'll go from row 12 to row 14 because you don't want bad luck on a plane.
Okay, newsflash, people. There's still a row number 13.
Yes.
There's still a 13th row on the plane. They just don't call it the 13th row.
But guess what? Same with the level of buildings. It's like you're on level 13.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't Tower of Terror at Disney do something with the 13th level? Like you're going up to the 13th level?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's what it was. But I do have a dream to stay in a hotel that has a 13th level, and I want to stay on the 13th level in room like 313 or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely go to the 13th floor level in Tower of Terror. Yeah, it says the penthouse was where that guy was killed on the 13th floor of the hotel.
Oh, I love Tower of Terror.
It's so good.
That. I love that ride so much.
Dude,
oh, it's so good.
You know what's even... Okay, I don't really like ghosty paranormal stuff. It freaks me out. So I really love the ride Tower of Terror, but because of all the, like, ghosty stuff, it freaks me out a little bit. Like, I get in my head about it. But you know what is so good? This is controversial. But in Disneyland, their Tower of Terror was redesigned to be Guardians of the Galaxy Breakout.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, I rode that ride probably like 5 times. My mom and sister didn't want to do it. They were like, we're not riding a falling ride. Because Annalise rode it Tower of Terror on my Bachelorette, if you remember.
Yes, I do remember.
And she almost had a panic attack. Like, I remember the attendant, like, you're fine. Breathe.
Yeah.
Pull on your yellow strap. And she was like, I can't. And I was like, you're going to do this. You're fine.
Yeah. We're not laughing at you, Annalise.
I'm so sorry, Annalise. I'm so sorry. But I'm so proud of you that you did that.
Yes, we're all very proud. Thank you so much for writing that with us.
I'm so proud. I have the picture of you writing that, and it's probably one of the best pictures I have on my phone because you could just see the. That's such an older sister thing. I'm like, one of my best photos of you is when you're scared out of your mind and you're like screaming your head off. It's my favorite picture of you. But yeah, I have a different unlucky number. I don't know if you want to call it unlucky though.
I feel like I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going.
I think I know where you're going.
It's the number 217, okay?
Yes.
So basically, I co-wrote this book when I was in middle school, early high school with one of my friends, and it was called Locker 217. And it started out as a play. So we would record like little skits of ourselves, or we would like plan out storylines, and we would either play pretend, or we would even set up a camera and like pretend to film it like we were shooting a movie. So this was like our big break. We were like, this is it, Locker 217. And it was a murder mystery, and it was eventually going to be a series. We had big plans.
Do you still have this book?
Absolutely. It's at my house. I wish I had it on me right now, but it's at my parents' house.
I would love to read it at some point if you would let me.
Don't know. So I literally wrote probably close to like 60 to 70 pages, handwritten front and back on lined paper. So I have this green folder, and I carried it around everywhere, and I had notebook paper in it, and then I had our script, and I would look at the script, and then I would write out the scene and how I imagined it, like in pencil, just on notebook paper. And that sucker's, I mean, that thing is thick. I'm scared to reread it because, oh Lord. Well, basically, I kind of had a falling out with that friend that I wrote it with, and things kind of ended ugly, not in the best way. But since then, I feel like the number 217 has followed me around. Like I always see it. Like I look up at the time and it happens to be 217, or I wake up and it's 217 in the morning, or like a hotel room. Like I go to a hotel room and it's like, oh, your room is 217. I'm like, what? Like license plates.
That's kind of crazy.
So yeah, February 17th was a rough day for me.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. I had to write on all my proofs 217. 217. But no, it's not that I consider it unlucky, but it's like, it's weird that I see that number. And I know once you notice things, you kind of look for them because you're aware of them. And so then you kind of, but yeah, that number just follows me.
But the whole waking up part at 217.
Right. That's weird.
Funky. You can't control that.
And it's
it's like a subconscious thing, but
maybe
still.
Or like looking up at the time randomly and it being, 216 or 270 or something like that. And it's like, okay, I mean, I'm not that good at like predicting what time it is if I'm not actively looking at the clock. So it's just very strange things like that. And my family, they've known this, this thing. Like, I think my parents, when they were traveling, they stayed at a hotel and they were like, look at what hotel number we're at. And it was like 6217 or something. And I was like, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it.
Do you have a mole or freckle on your inside forearm? I think it's your left arm.
My left arm? Hold on, let me take my jacket off.
Your left arm, do you have like a mole or freckle on the inside of your forearm?
I'm gonna say yes because I'm super moly. Yes, I have 2. What does that mean?
I have 2 too.
I've got one here and here.
Apparently it means that you were a witch in a past life.
So was I a witch in 2 past lives?
That's what I'm saying. You were extra witchy.
Or is this your forearm or what this?
That whole part is your forearm. But you know what's actually crazy?
What?
I have a mole in the exact same spot that you have one.
Where? Which one? Right here?
The one that's closer to your
elbow.
To your elbow, right here. Literally, it's like in the bend.
Literally the exact same spot. Oh my gosh, we were witchy best friends.
It's the exact same spot. Where's your other one? Okay, I think yours is higher, but mine is like right here. So the first one's here. It's in the bend of my elbow.
Yeah.
And the next one's up here.
Oh my gosh, we were witch best friends in another life.
We were witch besties.
Oh my gosh, do you think we were hung together?
Probably.
Hashtag goals.
They tied us to the same pole for our
Lit us on fire.
Witch burning.
Cute.
Dang, that's a morbid thought. Listen, if I had to be burned at the stake with anybody, it'd be you. So.
Aw. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Do you have any other superstitions that you believe? Because those were really the two that I had.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to run through my list. I don't have a lot of research on it. I wasn't going hard in the paint like that, but I'll just tell you them and kind of like my understanding of it, without all the extra research. Okay, so one that I do every year, and I have to do it, or I genuinely believe that something bad is going to happen, is eating black-eyed peas at New Year.
Oh, yeah.
So every single year I have to eat at least one black-eyed pea, one singular bean, okay? Or I believe that the year is going to go to shit, okay?
Oh, wow.
So this past year, like January 1st, I was freaking out because I didn't have black-eyed peas, and I was freaking out. Like, It was bad. Well, I called my mom because I was staying at her house. This was around the time that I had surgery, right? So I was recovering at her house. And so I called her and I was like, I haven't had black-eyed peas and I really need to eat them and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my God, I have a can of black-eyed peas in my pantry. I was like, oh, you're kidding. So I made black-eyed peas. Mind you, I'm stuffed to the brim. Like, I'm not hungry at all. But I had to heat up these black-eyed peas so that I could eat a spoonful of black-eyed peas. Anyway, so that's one of them. We also open the front and back door at New Year.
Oh, wow.
And it's like reining in or letting out the old shit and bringing in the new. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I think it's rooted in Irish traditions.
Cool.
But it's just like it's literally just to let the old year out and let in the new. There's another superstition that I think comes from Irish traditions that relates to that, where it's like, I think it's when somebody passes or when somebody dies, you have to open the window for them so that
for the spirit
can get out. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe those tie together in some kind of way. I'm not sure.
It's interesting that there's so many superstitions around New Year, like just the New Year's Day. Like what color underwear you wear is gonna affect how your year goes, and you have to sit under a table and eat 12 grapes and eat black-eyed peas.
I thought that was for fertility.
Yeah, maybe, but I would count that still as like a superstition, like kind of doing something so that something happens.
Oh, absolutely.
Is kissing someone at New Year, is that a superstition technically?
Actually, I don't know. I feel like it is in some kind of way.
It's a tradition, but that's steeped in superstition and symbolism. So some believe that kissing at midnight brings good luck and strong relationships in the coming year.
Well, I've never had that good luck, and I've been fine.
That's because you eat black-eyed peas.
That's right. And I opened the front and back door at New Year.
I only eat my Nana's black-eyed peas.
Yeah. I actually hate black-eyed peas. I do not like them.
Yeah.
But I have to eat them. And I typically will try and eat a bowl of black-eyed peas because in my mind, it's like the more black-eyed peas you eat, the more good luck you have.
The more good luck you're eating.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to eat a whole bowl.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of black-eyed peas either.
Yeah, it's something about the flavor. I mean, if you prepare them right, I guess they're okay. Like my aunt makes them in some kind of way and they're actually decent and I can eat them, but...
I've never really been a huge fan, but recently I've been kind of wanting them because my Nana used to grow them in her garden. And so, like, every single time we ate dinner, it was like, there's going to be either green beans or black-eyed peas or something on the table at some point. Like, you're going to see black-eyed peas. I remember getting the peas out of the pod. Like, I would sit and, have a bowl in my lap or watching Food Network, and I'm getting the peas out of the pod. So, but she doesn't have her garden anymore. So now I'm like, I kind of want some black-eyed peas, even though I never really liked them. But now I'm like, oh, I kind of want to eat some black-eyed peas.
Yeah, you should. You should just get a little thing of black-eyed peas or something.
I'll see if she has any, or maybe my parents have some, because we would like jar stuff, so.
Yeah. I mean, they're literally one of those things. It's like, okay, I'll eat it at New Year's. And I don't like hate it so much that I'm not going to eat it. You know what I mean? It's just not something
but once is enough.
Right. It's not something that I enjoy eating constantly. So, another one that's kind of steeped in luck. Honestly, all of mine, now that I look at my list, are kind of steeped in luck. So, 4-leaf clovers.
Oh, yeah.
I believe with a passion that finding a 4-leaf clover means good luck. Okay.
Yes.
Let me tell you a story.
Tell me.
When I was in college, okay, I started college as a veterinary science major, okay? And I had this epiphany, sort of, in my freshman year that I really wanted to pursue, like, art and design and creativity. So I decided to join architecture. Well, I submitted my application, all that kind of stuff. Well, one day, I'm walking in my English class, okay? And I'm just walking. Like, I'm briskly walking. I'm not really studying the ground or anything like that. I'm just kind of briskly walking. Well, I walked past this little patch of clovers. I was on Ped Walkway, okay? Yeah. And there's like a little patch of clovers to the one side. And I'm just walking. My eye catches something out of the corner of my eye. Like, I'm not studying it, but it just catches something. And so I, like, stopped and turned, and I looked, and there was a 4-leaf clover.
Wow.
How the frick I saw that, I have no idea. But there was a 4-leaf clover. And so I picked it up, because you have to pick it up when you see it. And I just held on to that clover. That day, I found out that I got into the program.
Dude.
It was, like, I'm a believer. I'm a true believer. For sure.
Wow.
Well, then I now have made it to the end of my college experience, all that kind of thing.
Right.
And my final day on campus, I had the same kind of thing happen where I was just walking, something caught my eye, and I went back and looked, like double take looked, and it was another 4-leaf clover.
Stop it.
And so I picked it up, and I still have it. I have it, like, pinned to my wall. I have both of them still. But it's just crazy that I found a 4-leaf clover to start and end my college experience as an architecture student and all of that. And it's like, this was your, like, farewell good luck to becoming an adult and starting your career and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah,
like the first one was bringing you good luck for your schooling. Like, like, it knows this is what's going to happen. And then your last one was, all right, good luck in the real world when you're doing this for real. That's so amazing. Because I really love 4-leaf clovers. I think that you can't look for one. Now, maybe this is some metaphor for, I don't know, something. But if you look too hard for them, you're never going to find them. But you always just kind of stumble across it. Like, you just kind of look and go, oh, look at that. But every time I've looked for one, I've never found one.
Have you ever found a 4-leaf clover?
Oh, yeah, I find them all the time. Like, not all the time, but I've definitely found quite a few over my life. But it's usually never when I'm like, oh, here's a patch of clover. Let me look for a 4-leaf clover. It's like, I'll just be looking at the ground and go, oh, that's a 4-leaf clover.
Do you recall any time where something lucky has happened after you found a 4-leaf clover? Or not necessarily?
Not really. I do remember finding one at some point. I was still in, like, grade school, so I don't know how old I was. I think I was a little older, maybe middle school. And I found one, and I wanted to keep it, but I didn't know where to keep it, because I was like, okay, I picked it. It's going to die, because that's how plants work. And so I think it was my dad. He was like, you got to press it in a book, and that'll keep it flat and safe. And I was like, okay, I need a really big, heavy book. And so I wonder if it's still there. So my dad has a bookshelf in his office, and it might still be on that shelf. It might be somewhere else. It might be in my parents' room now, but it was a Grimm's Fairy Tales. It was like a really thick, nice version of Grimm's Fairy Tales with, like, gold sprayed edges and things. And I flipped it to the middle. I can't remember what story it was. I tried to find maybe it was Cinderella or something. I was like, I'm going to put it in one of the stories that I really like. And I put it in there, and I closed it, and I kept it in there. So it might still be in there. And that's probably from 10 years ago. Wow. So now I'm going to go home, and I'm going to see if I can find it. For it. That's the most distinct memory I have about 4-leaf clovers, was just putting it in there. And I guess it's still there. I don't think I ever took it out. So
that's a good story, though. That's cute. Okay, this last one for good luck, and then I'll get into the other ones. Evil eyes. So have you ever heard of evil eyes?
Yeah, it's the blue thing, right? It's like the blue
they're literally
circle.
Like blue eyeballs. Yeah. Little, like, glass eyeballs that are typically blue. But I think they're rooted in, like, something in Greece, like that kind of area of the world. But it's basically kind of like how a dream catcher works, where a dream catcher is supposed to catch your bad dreams and, like, ward them away. The evil eye does the same thing, but with luck. So it, like, protects you from evil spirits, bad luck, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when one breaks, that means that it's done its job and you have to like replace it pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
Huh.
So I have like 3, I think, evil eyes. 1 I carry with me everywhere. And then the other 2 are just in my house. Not like blatantly obvious,
Right.
but like they're in my house.
They're just somewhere.
And
yeah.
I haven't had one break so far. So that's good. I got a lot of lucky things going for me. So hopefully that means good luck. You know,
that's kind of crazy. It's such a weird name. Like, why call it evil eye if it's actually a good luck thing? Because calling it evil eye makes it seem like, oh, this is an evil eye that's looking at you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why they call it that, but I
don't know.
That's what it is. I don't know. So I have one for a crow. So whenever I see a crow, it makes me think that Damon is near.
That's not a superstition.
Well, I labeled it as a superstition because it interferes with my life, where it's like if I see a crow, I'm like, oh, Damon's here.
Yeah.
Like every single time I see a crow.
For those who don't know, Damon is Damon Salvatore from the show Vampire Diaries.
Yes. And I made Madeline watch Vampire Diaries.
Not okay.
And
you didn't make me. You were like, we got to watch this. And I was like, okay. But then I was hooked, girl.
You were hooked it wasn't like I was kicking your butt to the couch every single time you tried to watch it. It was just like a...
Do you still have that white oak or white ash? What was it? The white, that piece?
It was white oak, but I don't remember if I have it or not.
Oh, no.
I think I do. I don't know why I would have gotten rid of it. I don't know. We had a piece of white oak in our apartment, like on one of our picture frames or something. Yeah. Anyway... But for those who also don't know the lore of the Vampire Diaries, it's the white oak stake is what kills an original vampire, which is the one that's like sired all the other vampires. Mm-hmm. So when one of those die, their entire line dies. Spoilers, I know, sorry, but it's been out forever, so whatever. But anyway, I have 2 more that I'll just mention really fast. So the one of them is... If your ears are burning or ringing, it means that somebody's talking about you.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
My ears ring all the time, so somebody must have a lot to say about me behind my back because...
See, I always thought that was my tinnitus.
I think somebody's talking about you. I think that's what that means.
I don't know.
That might be it too. And then my last one that affects my life is related to mirrors. I know that there's a superstition where if you break a mirror, you're said to have like 7 years of bad luck or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I necessarily believe that one, but I do believe that mirrors are they act like portals.
Shut up.
For spirits.
Stop.
Like ghosts and stuff like that. So I just don't like mirrors. Okay, so I don't like it when a mirror faces my bed. Yeah. And I'm supposed to sleep and I have a mirror facing me. Like, I don't like that. Sometimes I even get weirded out by TV screens and stuff, honestly. Any kind of reflective anything. But it's believed that when you face 2 mirrors toward each other...
I have that on my list!
You're creating like an infinite like portal for spirits and ghosts and things like that.
Dude.
There is actually so at the Stanley Hotel, if you don't know what the Stanley Hotel is, it's where Stephen King had the inspiration for The Shining.
Oh.
And I think it's actually where they filmed The Shining, which is a horror movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure there's a stairwell in the Stanley Hotel that's like the walls are just covered in mirrors. Oh. And the hotel is haunted. You're able to go and stay at the hotel if you want. I would love to stay at the hotel. But essentially, they say that they get the most ghost activity from that stairwell. And a lot of people believe that it's because of the portal that you're creating with all the mirrors. So that's one of them. But I genuinely, actually believe that one. And I will not have a mirror facing my bed. I do not like it. I can't sleep comfortably if I have a mirror looking at my bed.
Dude, I was literally on the phone with my mom talking about this. So I had on my list, I had placing mirrors opposite one another, which in ancient cultures, mirrors were thought to have the power to trap souls in them and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I was talking with my mom and I was like, isn't there a mirror in the basement at your house that's haunted? And she said, you'll have to ask my sister because it was a story when my aunt was younger. So I texted her and I asked her about this and okay, I'm going to tell you. This is crazy. You're going to lose your mind. Oh my God.
I'm so excited. Okay.
So back in middle school, my aunt had this friend, and they were both really into the idea of being witches, like whatever that kind of meant in middle school, you know, like wanting to have witchy powers and things.
Yeah, I was a witch too.
We just said that we were witches in the beginning of this episode.
I'd play with water through my fingers like I had
powers and that kind of thing. Well, one day they decided to mess around with a Ouija board.
Oh, girl.
Ouija boards freak me out. I'm sorry. I don't mess with the paranormal stuff. Like, I don't care that it's a board game that they sell at the Walmart. I don't care. Ouija boards are demonic. And so they set it up in the dining room at my grandma's house. And this old mirror was in the dining room. And it always given my aunt the creeps. Like, she never liked the mirror. She didn't know why. Now, granted, that mirror is probably about 100 years old. It's a very, very old mirror. So it was old when my aunt was doing this. It was already an old mirror. So at first, they were just kind of having like silly fun. But then the board spelled out something that made her stomach drop. It said that the mirror was a portal. And that whoever that they were talking to, or whatever they were talking to, could see them through the glass of the mirror.
It said this on the Ouija board.
On the board. It said
like that they spelled portal or something? Or
yeah, she can't remember all the details, but she said that the Ouija board basically said that the mirror was a portal, like mirror portal, and like I see you.
Did anybody who was on the Ouija board at that time know that lore of mirrors and stuff?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I mean, they're middle schoolers. Like, what do you know? And so the second they were done, like she was done. She was like, there's no way. So she made her friend take the Ouija board home, and she never touched one again. And after that, she couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror wasn't just a mirror anymore. Like, it wasn't just a creepy old mirror, but there's someone in there. And there's some spirit or something watching me through this mirror. So she always avoided it. So that mirror is at my parents' house. We've had that mirror for as long as I can remember.
Like
and it's
at in your basement at your parents' house?
Yes, above the piano. So that mirror has sat above my piano.
Okay, wait. Because when I lived at your house, I thought that there was some freaky shit happening.
Yes.
I genuinely thought that.
I remember you telling me that.
Granted, the room I stayed in was right next to that damn mirror.
It is.
And I know that we were playing Until Dawn, but that's separate because I can separate things like that, all right?
Yes.
Like, the video game was scary. There were no Wendigos outside, but there was something freaky.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, like, there's something off, there's something.
Yeah.
I think it's that mirror. That mirror watched me play and practice piano from the time I was 7 until I was 18.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out. This is amazing. I'm so excited. Okay.
And so then I started thinking, like, that mirror is over 100 years old. Like, who knows what else it has seen? Because we see a mirror, but a mirror sees out, you know? So what all has the mirror seen? It could have seen other houses. It could have seen other people. Has it seen death? Has it, like, what is in the mirror? Who knows?
Oh my God, the poetry of a mirror.
The memories of a 100-year-old mirror.
Wow.
Who knows? But now it's in my parents' basement. So
I want to call me creepy. I want to go to your parents' basement and stare at that mirror.
Ooh.
I want to sit down in the basement and just sit there and watch the mirror and see if anything happens. Just because I'm curious.
I just got to chill down my spine.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be haunted by an evil spirit. Okay, I don't. I genuinely don't. But I do believe in it a little bit, I think. I think I believe in ghosts and paranormal.
I think there are definitely dark spirits.
Some kind of spirits, yeah. And I have a fascination with that kind of stuff.
Oh, no.
Now, going back to the Ouija board for a second, I have watched a video that's like debunking the Ouija board. I still believe in its abilities to speak with somebody who is no longer with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I believe in that to some extent. But I have seen a video that kind of debunked the Ouija board, and it basically was saying that you might not think that you're pushing the little token that's on a Ouija board or the window. They say that it's like a window.
Yeah,
so the
like,
little hole on the thing is like you pick it up, you can see spirits through it and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, they say that you are subconsciously pushing the piece to certain things. So that's why I was asking, like, did anybody know about the whole portal thing? Because subconsciously, if they knew that, They could have been pushing
It
it,
could
even
have.
though they're not trying to.
Yeah.
Their brain
Guided
is like making
the
them
hand.
do it or whatever.
I don't know.
Now, there could be another end of that spectrum where it's like, okay, maybe your subconscious is doing it, but is it the spirit that's taking over your subconscious to then make it happen? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh, hold on. Let me say a quick prayer. No, I truly believe that there are demons and dark spirits in this world. I think, I truly believe that. And so like I'm like praying over my house at night, like please protect, from spirits and things, because like it's so just because of how unknown it is and how scary it is. It's like I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah.
Oh, Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I'm not messing around. So yeah, when she told me that story, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm so sorry that I brought up that trauma, but
yeah.
Ooh,
why is it in your parents' house? Why didn't she get rid of it?
I don't know. That's what, Mom? All right, Mom, this is directed at you. Why on earth do you still have that mirror in your basement if you knew it was haunted and you knew there was a ghost in there that was watching us, watching me specifically for years? Maybe I lulled the spirit to sleep with my piano. Maybe I helped it pass on or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But Mom, you might need to get rid of that mirror, because if we've got that story and then we have Bree's experience with this, you might need to get rid of that.
Did the piano ever have like a broken key or like go out of tune quickly or anything like that?
No, it's actually not that bad out of tune. It's
okay.
I mean, it's an old piano. We got it, I think, secondhand or something, because it was just something to have at the house for me to practice on. It's not like it's some grand piano or anything. So, but it's really not that out of tune. I don't think so, at least. So I don't think there was anything funky with the piano per se. But and now, so the cats at my parents' house, they live in the basement. That's kind of where their central hub is. And I'm like, I wonder if the cats have like gotten freaked out about anything, like if they just jump or anything.
Yeah, do they ever stare at the mirror?
I don't know.
Have your parents noticed if they stare at the mirror or anything?
They don't hang out in the basement, But cats are also familiars to, witches and things, so maybe they're okay.
Maybe.
So
I don't know. But I swear I didn't know about that mirror. I did not know that it was haunted when I was living at your house. But I swear I just had this sense of like something was off.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was just something was weird.
I
something
remember
wasn't
you
right.
talking to me about that.
Yeah. I wasn't like terrified to go to sleep, obviously, but it was just like I didn't feel like I was alone. Like I felt like there was something else happening, something else there.
I need to hold my Bible. All right, everyone sleep with your Bibles under your beds tonight or under your pillows, because I'm all freaked out now. Maybe I am more than a little stitious.
Yeah.
Because that's
yeah. I definitely believe in like the ritualistic spiritual side of superstitions. I would say.
Ooh, weird.
Oh, that's crazy.
So weird.
That's crazy.
Man.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I know.
I'm going to think about that tonight. I'm genuinely going to think about that. I wonder how much, I'm not going to research all this right this second. This can be a whole episode on its own. But like, I wonder how much your dreams relate to spirits. Like, is your dreaming related to a spirit somehow communicating with you or something like that? Because I have recurring dreams.
Me too.
And I'm talking like some are even recurring nightmares. And some of them are rooted in like some kind of evil spirit being in my house and I'm finding it in some kind of way. But it's like every single time I dream it, the same exact thing happens over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, and I mean, they're like vivid dreams. Like, they're not just like, oh my God, somehow I was in this place that felt like this place and it was supposed to be like this. And then all of a sudden I was eating ice cream and well,
right.
Like, it wasn't like that. It was like vividly living out this dream of like I remember one that I have constantly, very frequently, where I am at a house. I don't know if it's my house or whatever, but I'm at a house and I find this like secret passage of sorts in the basement.
Yeah.
And I follow this secret passage and it brings me down, 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 all the way down to like these depths below the house. and it's like a burial chamber or something.
Oh.
And I find like these old bones or something that belong to somebody, and then it like comes to life, and it's like all this stuff, and the only way to kill it is to like destroy the bones in some kind of way or whatever. I don't know.
Weird.
It's a whole thing, but like I have this dream all the time. So my point to this is just I wonder how much your dreams relate to spirits, or if there is some kind of correlation.
No.
Or something like that between the dreams you have and the spirits around you. Good or
I
bad.
wholeheartedly believe that, because I have been trying to do this thing for like, I can't even remember how many years, probably since 2016. I've been trying to write down my dreams when I have them, like ones that stick out to me in a particular way or something like that. And there was this one that I had. I don't really have a lot of nightmares, but there was this one that I had. I was staying at my parents' house. I was in college, so it was the summer, and I was watching this at first from above. It was a girl dating this boy that her father didn't like. Maybe this has something to do with the current time period of a certain someone. But one day this huge fight erupts, and the dad and the boyfriend, they have a fight. And the boyfriend runs from the house and drives away. Well, he gets into a car crash and he dies. And so suddenly now I'm the girl. So like that was the preface. Now I'm the girl.
Oh,
and we're walking to the church for the funeral. And the church is white. It's 2 stories. It's this huge church with a big porch. And it sits in the middle of a big field. And we go to where the funeral is being held, and I sit down, and I suddenly stand up to get some air. So I need to leave the room. And so I leave, and when I come back, the casket is gone. It's almost like the funeral wasn't there in the first place. This gets so freaky, dude. I freak out if I think about this too much. So there are 3 columns of pews. So there's 3 sets of rows of pews, and every single seat is full. There's probably about 100 people in here. The first column has people dressed in yellow coats. The second has people dressed in black coats, and the third are in red. All of them are frozen in time with their eyes wide and popping out of their heads, abnormally large eyes popping out of their heads, and their mouths are open more than humanly possible. All of them. Eyes open, mouths wide open, and their bodies are burnt to a crisp. So
you're telling me you've had a dream like this multiple times.
I look at my phone. This is the one I've only had once, but it sticks with me.
Okay.
I run out of the church and I begin running across the field. And I look at my phone and I see that I have missed calls from my dad. And I answer one, and he yells at me asking where I am. And I say, I was at a funeral. I was at the funeral just like you. And he said that the funeral was hours ago, and the church had mysteriously caught fire after everyone left. I turn around and I see that the church is in fact burnt on the outside. I hang up the phone and I start walking home, and I suddenly see a dark figure in the distance. It's a huge dark figure coming towards me. And so I turn around and I run back to the church. And as I get to the porch on the second level, the figure has caught up with me, and he starts to walk up the stairs. As soon as his face comes into the light, I immediately wake up.
I have chills everywhere.
What the ever-loving heck? That was a demon. I full-heartedly believe that a demon had infiltrated my dreams, and that as soon as it got close to me, I was woken up. By the grace of God, I don't know. But when I tell you that, their faces in my head, I can see them so vividly.
Wow.
It is horrible. It's so bad.
Okay, I actually hate that for you, but at the same time, that is an amazing story, and I would absolutely read that book. Like that, just, wow.
This is what their eyes look like.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I have this book. This was an art project. This is actually an art project about fears, but this is what their eyes look like.
Wow. So what's the significance of the yellow, black, and red?
I don't know, but I remember that.
Is that German colors?
It is. It's the German flag, but it wasn't. I don't think it was related to that in any way. But yeah, it was like raincoats, like buttoned up to their neck. You know, the kind of long ones?
Yeah, like trench coat type of thing?
And it was yellow and then black and then red. I don't know. It's so weird. It's the freakiest dream I've ever had.
That's really interesting. I would love We need to talk to a dream psychologist.
If there are any pairs out there that are dream psychologists or maybe know what this means, please let me know.
Tell us.
Or maybe I need to check myself into a psych ward. I don't know.
I'm looking this up because I'm actually interesting. That's a very interesting dream. And I'm so sorry that you had that dream, but that's incredibly interesting.
I know. It's the freakiest dream. I have it on my notes in my phone, among some other crazy dreams. But that one is the one that always sticks out to me. Because it's like it had a storyline. Like it had a plot. And then it had a plot twist with it. Like, the funeral was hours ago. You've been missing. And I turn around and the church had caught fire.
Yeah. When you see these colors in your dream, are they like bright, vivid, in your face kind of colors? Or
they were,
muted?
yes. They were bright. Like it was bright yellow and then solid black and then like a bright red.
Okay. Well, I just looked it up. And this is the AI overview. So I don't know what this means, obviously. But
I'm crazy.
Yellow, black, and red are kind of interesting. So yellow can be understood to mean happiness, optimism, creativity, or deceit. Black is often associated with darkness, negativity, fear, or the unknown.
It's like opposites.
And red is passion, love, anger, and danger.
Oh my god. So deceit, the unknown, and danger.
Yeah. Or if you're talking about it in terms of the storyline and how the story progressed, it's like you started as two people in this relationship, then maybe he was deceitful or something like that. But then the blackness, the darkness, he dies. That's the darkness part of it. And then the red is like the danger that's happening after that, where it's like you're in this weird unknown place where the place is burned down, apparently. This figure's following you.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it could be like the breakdown of how the story progressed or something. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so I had this dream in June of 2021, and the year 2021 to 2022 were some really hard years for my family, and we were going through a lot. And so I wonder if maybe that had something to do with it, and like something about the energy that of what was happening to us was manifesting in my dream, or I don't know. But it was insane. Sorry if I just scared a bunch of people.
No,
I promise I'm not crazy, but sometimes you have weird dreams, and like that's one that just has always stuck with me. It's a weird one. Sorry if you don't like dream talk, but
no, I love dream talk. Okay.
Yeah.
We got off on a crazy side talk there.
Yeah. Talk about tangents. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think we've got a lot of content in this that we don't necessarily have to talk about our second segment, which is the researched superstitions, because we went into depth on all of them anyway, but...
Well, my researched ones, one of them was the mirror.
Okay.
Of looking in a mirror, or mirrors facing each other, creating portals and things. I have one other for this segment.
Okay. Hit me.
So, viewing one's doppelganger can be seen as a doppelganger.
Doppelganger. Okay, sorry.
Can be seen as
Continue.
Like a supernatural, paranormal type of thing. A doppelganger is a mysterious, identical lookalike of a person, of yourself. Some people think it's a supernatural phenomenon. Many cultures believe that seeing one's own doppelganger is a bad omen, often predicting illness, misfortune, or even death. Which is crazy. So the term comes from German folklore, where doppelganger means double walker, a ghostly twin that exists in the real world. Which I hate that like double walker. That's kind of weird.
What is the term for? Is it a skinwalker or something? There's some kind of term for something like a human that walks in another form or something like that, or some kind of spirit that walks. Like, I've seen...
Like, a shape-shifting witch or demon is a skinwalker.
Skinwalker, yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
From, like, Navajo folklore, yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. Because I've seen videos of, like, skinwalker caught on camera, and it's freaky shit. Like,
and it's an animal that looks like it's part human or something.
Right.
Yeah,
sorry. Continue. Doppelganger.
Yeah. I'm gonna pray after this episode. This is crazy talk. So, in Norse mythology, something called a vardager is a spirit double that appears before its real-life counterpart, sometimes foretelling death. This is kind of where doppelganger kind of came from. So yeah, it's mainly seen as like a harbinger of bad luck and just signaling impending tragedy. Like it's just like apparently really bad. So here's something crazy. Abraham Lincoln allegedly saw his doppelganger in a mirror before his assassination. So like at the theater. He like saw his doppelganger and then he died.
Oh my God, I would absolutely love to ask Abraham Lincoln if that is true.
Yeah. So some people believe that like, you know, they may be like cases of mistaken identity or like whatever, but I don't know. Many cultures warn against speaking to or interacting with your doppelganger, believing it can steal your soul. Almost like, so I'm like, apparently these cultures believe that your doppelganger is not a real person, but it obviously is. So who's the not, you know, like if two people who are doppelgangers, who's the spirit and who's the person, you know what I'm saying? I have a small story with this. So my dad got a colonoscopy. There's a point to this. He got a colonoscopy probably like a year ago at this point, maybe 2 years ago. And so he was on some crazy meds, right? So I wasn't working at the time. And so I drove him to his appointment and then I was going to drive him home. Well, he had to kind of recover in like the room before I could take him home. And so I was sitting there and I was like, I'm going to record some stuff because he's going to say something. And he said at one point, like the nurse was asking him questions like, so how are you doing? Like, you know, is this your daughter? Oh, how old are your other kids? Side story. She asked this question and he said, how old are you? And I said, I'm 22. And he goes, okay, so if you're 22, that means my oldest is 25 and my youngest is 19. It's like, good job, Dad. Anyway, so at one point he says that doppelgangers are his thing. And I was like,
I feel like I remember
Dad,
that.
What are you talking about?
Video.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I took this video and he was like, doppelgangers are my thing. Like, I know who people's doppelgangers are. I gotta pull up the video. What on earth does he say? But yeah, he said doppelgangers are his thing. And I was like, is that a thing? Apparently he had a PowerPoint made. It was a work office party or something. And he compared each person to like a celebrity or something. It was like your celebrity lookalike kind of thing. And I was like, so that means it's your thing? That's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on, you know, pain meds. So now I gotta look. Please hold. I gotta find this. This is too good.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
You're stressing me out.
Hi, Sally.
Oh, okay. I came at the tail end of that conversation.
Of what?
When he said he looked like Indiana Jones, he gets that.
Benny does not. Benny.
He said that though. I'm all about doppelgangers. That's like my thing.
Oh, that's your thing? When has that been your thing?
I will show you a PowerPoint
You
of
have a
doppelgangers.
PowerPoint.
Of colleagues and all the doppelgangers.
Oh, yeah? What's like,
it's not
do you have like your life groups?
It's not HR friendly.
Is it just coworkers?
It is. Because none of my colleagues look like people I know.
He said, none of my colleagues look like people I know. Meanwhile, he's sipping his juice.
Yep.
Doppelgangers are like my thing. I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I had to show that. But that's just, every time I think of doppelgangers, I think of him telling me that. He also tells me in that video that I'm his favorite child.
He does.
He does. The nurse says, talking about like, you know, his kids and everything. And she goes, so which one's your favorite? And he goes, well, the one that's sitting with me right now, I guess. And I said, oh, stop the tape. We've got it. We've got him. Yeah. Anyway, doppelgangers, crazy stuff. So some people see celebrity lookalikes or identical strangers as fun coincidences, but some people see it as like a bad omen. So Do you have any like celebrity lookalikes that you can think of? Has anybody ever told you, hey, you look like this person?
Honestly, I have never been told in my entire life that I look like a famous person. I do recall when I was younger, I do not know this person's name at all. But there was Disney Channel, they had, like, back in the day, Disney Channel, okay? They had, like, the little, like,
you're watching Disney Channel.
Yes. Well, at Christmas time, they always did those, like, Disney commercial type things, whatever. There was one commercial that this girl, who was approximately my age, was all dressed in her, like, winter gear, and she laid down in the snow, and she was making a snow angel. Okay, and the little Disney logo, like, came up in the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I was watching myself on the screen. Like, she looked exactly like me.
Well, then that's your doppelganger.
We were the same age, but I don't know her name, and I don't really, whatever. Nobody ever said I looked like her. It was just me personally, like, I was looking in a mirror as if I was looking at myself.
Oh, that's weird.
But, no, I have never been told that I look like a celebrity.
Well, it's a good thing that you never spoke with her, because apparently it would be a bad omen.
Yeah, apparently.
It'd ruin all your good luck of eating black-eyed peas and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the main one that I've gotten is Jennifer Lawrence, but specifically in the Hunger Games when she was like 16. Apparently, at least when I was younger, we had similar, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just have brown hair and I wear it in a braid all the time. I don't know, but I remember when Hunger Games was like really at its peak. My family mainly said it. They were like, you look like her. Like, you look like Katniss. And I was like, okay, I don't think so. And then my mom will say, she swears up and down that I looked like Haley Steinfeld from Pitch Perfect 2, but just in that movie. She's like, for some reason in that movie, that looks like you. And I was like, that is a very high compliment. But no. I'm like so the Wish version of Haley Steinfeld, but thank you. So nice. I'm the Temu version.
Are you filled with lead?
I don't think so.
Have you heard that?
What?
Apparently all the items from Temu are laced with lead. Like, they have lead in them. And
do you
they're
hear that
very
Stanleys
toxic.
Have lead in them too?
Yeah, apparently, but
Cheers.
I think somebody's cheers. I think somebody's stirring up some commotion with the Stanley community, you know what I mean? I don't think that's real.
The amount of stuff that they put in food, like Doritos are going to give you cancer, all these things, like who cares? I'm still going to eat Doritos. I don't care if it has Red 40 in it or whatever, like I'm sorry, but
the only way, I mean, yes, okay, it might have carcinogens in it, but the only way that it's really going to affect you is if you eat it constantly every day of your life.
Right. Anything in excess is going to kill you.
Right.
Even water. Like
even water. You can drown yourself just by drinking
water,
so
which is crazy. But
actually, that's why you're not supposed to like chug water when you're thirsty, because you can drown yourself. Oh. Did you know that?
I mean, you'd probably have to drink a lot. Like,
I don't know. I feel like I
waking up at 2 a.m.
something...
or at 2:17 a.m. and being thirsty, like leaning over and like grabbing your water.
Right. There was also something about like chugging ice cold water versus room temperature water.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't
remember
what that is.
It's like room temperature is better because it's like it takes less something in your body to like it's a less step.
Chugging cold water bad for you. Cold water can cause blood vessels in the body to constrict, making it harder for blood to circulate and potentially leading to hypothermia.
Okay, well, that's got to be some ice cold water.
That's all I drink, girl. Ice cold water.
Oh.
Sometimes I just suck on that ice.
See, I can't do that. Like, I don't know. I don't really like really cold drinks. Like, if I have sweet tea and it's, like, freshly made, I'll put, like, 1 or 2 ice cubes in it just so it's not hot, but I like it, like, room temperature. Maybe that's weird.
No. See, I like, if I'm drinking something, the only thing... Okay, listen. If I'm supposed to drink something hot or drink something cold, if I'm drinking something cold, I want it ice cold, like freezing cold. But I like to have a straw because my front teeth are very sensitive. So when a cold liquid hits my front teeth, it hurts me. So
sensitive.
Anyway, having a straw helps prevent that. Anyway.
Big babies. You got blue eyes, so you're sensitive to the sun. You got sensitive teeth, just sensitive skin. Sensitive.
I'm just sensitive, okay?
I can bite into ice cream like it's nothing. I can hold my teeth in there, just like an apple.
Oh my god, if I held my teeth in ice cream, I think my teeth would fall off. Like, they would fall out of my head. And that's just, yeah. Anyway, okay. Where were we at? What were we talking about? I don't remember.
I couldn't even tell you. Usually we can find a way back, but I don't think there's a way back from this one.
Yeah. Well, what are your final thoughts to this episode?
Final thoughts? Honestly, I feel like I need to read my Bible or something, like so that demon doesn't come and get me. We talked about some crazy stuff. I did not expect this episode.
I did not expect us to talk about any of that
this way.
I didn't. But I was shocked when you started to hear some kind of recognition of my mirror thing. That's just something I've always felt, always believed, whatever. And then you were like, oh my God, wait, that's on my list. I know what that is. Let me talk about it. Like, it was just, that really shook me to my core. I was like, so wait, I'm not crazy? I'm not, like, at least insane not in this case. Thinking mirrors or whatever?
Yeah. Man. Well, you pairs out there, let us know if you have any superstitions, if there's anything that we didn't cover, if there's anything out there that you guys think is interesting or that you guys believe. Let us know in the comments on our episode post. Yeah, because there's some crazy ones out there. I feel like we only touched this, like, skimmed the surface.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, final thoughts is I didn't realize how superstitious I was until this episode, and I had to write it all out. And yeah, I've realized that a lot of my superstitions are rooted in luck and spiritual things.
Yeah.
Which I guess is what superstitions are. But
yeah, I guess so.
You know, so maybe I'm not average-stitious, I'm superstitious.
Maybe you are superstitious.
Maybe I'm superstitious.
What a wild ride.
What a wild ride. I was not expecting that ride. But hey, I love the ride. I'm here for the ride. My hands are up on this roller coaster.
All right. What is something... So we like to end each episode with something that we are either loving or hating right now. So, Bree, what are you currently loving / hating at the moment?
All right, I have two. I came prepared with two. Did I come prepared with two last time? I think I did. I got two this time. Loving. I just went to a Rascal Flatts concert this past weekend. I am absolutely in love. I cannot stop thinking about it. My dreams have been made. I've loved Rascal Flatts since I was 6, and I'm just beyond joyful to have gone to their concert. So that's something I'm loving right now. It was like seeing my childhood hero on stage. It was like this.
It was my Eras tour. Like, that's what
it was. This out of body experience. Like, I was there, but I wasn't, and I was just. They sounded the exact same. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you go to a person's concert and they don't sound the same as they do on the radio, but they sound exactly the same. They're pushing, I mean, the main singer I think is like 53, 54, something like that. Sorry to call you out, but like, you know, they're nearing 50 and their voice doesn't show it at all. They sound the same as they did when they were 25, which surprisingly, they're the same age as me. They came out, like, made their debut the same year as I was born, and this is their 25th, like, anniversary year, whatever. So they're the same age as me. Anyway. And then something I'm in between on, okay?
Oh.
So here's the deal, all right? I watched Nosferatu. Okay? Because Brittany keeps talking about it.
Yes!
Right?
She keeps talking about it.
We are Broski fans. Broski Nation unite, okay? Anyway, her impression is absolutely excellent.
Yes,
okay? You know how she does the whole, like, this episode is brought to you by... She does it way better, but her impression is actually excellent. Good job, Brittany. Applause to you.
Ours was not good.
But she just kept talking about it and talking about how it was like her favorite movie ever and all this kind of stuff. So I had to watch it, okay?
Yeah.
So I watched it with my dad and brother. And if I'm being 100% honest, I'm neither here nor there about it. That's why I'm kind of in between, because I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. It was a classic Dracula type of story. So that, I guess, was fine about it. And then I would give it like maybe a 6.5 out of 10 on the rating scale, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. It kind of lacked, I guess, resolve or an interesting plot line or something like that. Like, it just felt like something I had seen before. But the cast and the acting was absolutely incredible. The acting in that movie was beyond what I could have ever expected. It was really, really good acting. And your man, Aaron Taylor Johnson, was in it.
I know.
Yeah.
I need to see it. By the way, those pictures you sent me on my Instagram.
Oh, yeah? You like
Girl.
those?
I was sitting on the couch with Tyler. I was like, oh, what did Bree send me? Oh.
Oh.
Said,
shirtless Aaron Taylor Johnson. Oh.
It's okay. Just before that, I sent her a pretty much shirtless
Jonathan Bailey.
I just blanked on his name.
Yeah.
He was wearing his slutty little t-shirt.
And let me tell you,
still gay.
It was a nice t-shirt. Yep. It was a very nice t-shirt.
Yeah, she was looking at the shirt.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my loving Rascal Flatts concert in between on the Nosferatu movie, but I had to give it a shot because of Brittany. So
yeah. Well, kudos to you, because I haven't seen it yet. Is it streaming?
It's not streaming. We had to rent it, and it's like $20 to rent right now, so it's expensive. But
all right.
I wouldn't recommend that you spend your money on it because I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to like.
Yeah. Wait till it's streaming.
You could watch it and you could love it. I'm not you, so I don't know, but I have also known you for almost a decade, and I feel like I know your taste pretty well, and I don't think that you would really like it.
Yeah, because
it might be like a 5 for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say that's true, because the movie that I watched most recently was Toy Story 2.
And Nosferatu is not Toy Story 2.
No, it has 2 in the name, but that's it. They just end the same in terms of the name. 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good connection. That's probably the closest thing. Anyway.
All right. Something that I am loving right now. I know on the last episode I went on a little bit of a rant on the book I was reading, Manacled. But dude, I finished it. That book is 1,000 pages. And I finished it. I think it took me 10 days. Whew.
So you read 100 pages a day?
More than that. It was a PDF that I exported to my Kindle. And I had to rotate it so that, because the words were printed so small. So it was like 1,000 pages, but it was like, a full PDF page, not a book page. So it felt like more than that, because it was a long book, but it was so, so good. Like, I don't think I'll even think of Harry Potter in the same way. Like, I will always think about it differently now. So.
And this is like fan fiction between Hermione and
Draco. Yes.
Draco, yes.
Yes. But when I was reading it, I wasn't envisioning them. Like, I was envisioning, I had it almost totally separate from Harry Potter, other than like the magic system and the Voldemort villain thing and like all of that. And like the established things that I knew, like that's kind of what I took with me when I read the book. But other than that, I wasn't like imagining that it was Hermione and Draco. Like, it was like, those were just names on the page. But dude, man. So that is something I am loving right now, is just that, because it's so fresh.
Are you loving or hating anything else?
I'm loving our first set of quote merch.
Oh my God, our merch. I don't have it in my hands yet, because for those of you who don't know, we're long distance. Of course. Anyway.
Why are you scoffing at me like that's my fault?
I'm not scoffing at you. I'm scoffing at just the situation. But I'm not scoffing at you. I haven't been able to hold or smell it yet because, it's not in my hands. Yeah,
so the merch, in quotations, we got ourselves some business cards. It has, our information on it and, our Instagram and things. So we're real excited about that. And then we got some journals just for the two of us, because we like to write stuff down. Like when we're recording, I keep count of like the tangent tally and the, just notes that are important from the episode or takeaways or things like that. So we thought it'd be a good idea to have some journals. And so got us some cute branded journals and business cards and things. So it's super cute.
They're so
and that's
cute.
another thing I'm loving.
Maybe we can post pictures of them on our story or something.
Yeah, I'll post a picture on our story so y'all can see our cute stuff.
And keep an eye out for our business cards, because we might put them up places around town or something.
Yeah, I've already got a couple ideas. And by a couple, I mean one. And I think you know where I'm thinking.
Yep, I know exactly where you're thinking. It's the origin story of a lot of things that happened to us. So speaking of tangent tally, what is our tangent tally?
Ooh. Any guesses?
27.
Close. 25.
Wow. 25 whole tangents.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Well, the episode time reflects that because we've been recording for almost 2 hours. But how much time of that you're actually going to listen to, I don't know yet until we sit down and record it. But that averages about 12 and a half tangents an hour.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Do we have a problem?
Yes. Because if we're doing 12 tangents an hour, then that's 2 tangents a minute? That doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense. It's like...
I just misspoke.
It's like 1 tangent every 5 minutes.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. All right. Well, be sure to follow us on your preferred podcast listening platform, as well as our Instagram at Funny Pair Pod. That's PAIR Pod. Funny Pair Pod, to stay up to date on all the latest news and releases. Also, let us know what you think of this episode and the podcast in general by sending us a DM or leaving a comment on one of our Instagram posts. We would love to hear from all you all. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Let me say it again. I just had a seizure. God. Let us know what you think of this episode and the podcast in general by sending us a DM or leaving a comment on one of our Instagram posts. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yes, and you can also... Oh, Lord. Making me laugh out here. You can also find our website link in the description. And for any of you pairs who might be interested, we have a fun little fan mail link that you can check out. You can essentially click on that and send us a text to let us know what you're thinking. All of the responses are anonymous, so we will not get any personal information about you guys, but we might put some of those on our website if we get some fun little reviews.
Yeah, some cute fan mail.
Yeah, some cute fan mail. We would love to hear from everybody.
Yeah, so it blocks out your number, so there's no need to worry about us getting your name or number or any information. It's just going to be an anonymous message that sends to it.
Anonymous message.
Anonymous message.
You need to put your dentures in, girl.
I need to go to bed.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Well, a big thank you to all of our pairs for joining us in this episode. We will talk to you all again on Monday. And remember,
when you're the best of friends, having so much fun together, you're not even aware you're such a funny pair. You're such a funny pair. Funny pair. Funny pair. This was the worst outro we've ever done.
I think it was
it was
bad.
so bad.
And I'm not gonna edit any of it out. It's all going in there.
No, take out my message.
No, I'm keeping your message in there. Your message to all the pairs. That's
your pairs. Listen, I've got a message. Follow us on your preferred podcast listening platform.
Yes.
I just spit on my screen.
Ew. Low. You're crazy.
Sorry.
No,
it's late.
great.
It's 10 o'clock. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, it is 10 o'clock. Jeez.
Have fun editing this.
Yeah, I know, right? Lord. I was actually looking at the time. I was like, ooh, it's getting close to like an hour and 45 minutes. We'll be good. That's the shortest time we've ever recorded. I look at it now. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. It's like, okay, well, okay.
Never mind.
Oh, well, that's fine. Well,
let's cut it out.
Cut it out. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.